everybody, this is Meg at Chasing Retro. I have a little bit of happy mail to share today from a viewer. She goes by the name Gardens and Books, I believe. She actually tagged me in the hashtag Give a Scrap collaboration, which is how I got involved and was able to post a video this week, so thank you for that. And then she also told me that she was going to drop into the mail a small envelope from Canada, where she lives, of some things that she has made from scraps, and I am going to return the favor. I'm going to send a few items from my stash as well. So let me see what she sent. Isn't this cute? I love that. I'll move it over here in case it's a note. She sent me a little note here. Let me untape it. Okay. Awesome. Yes, I have your address, and I will send you a little something from my Scrappy stash as well. This is an adorable note card. Debbie Mum. Oh, she's got another note. Thank you so much for your kind words. Okay. I'm going to treasure that. I'm going to put that in a folder. So I have a box that I have ongoing of letters that I get with my Happy Mails. One day, maybe I'll put them all into a journal. She sent me some little stickers. If I can pick it up. Little pen and ink and a little stack of books. You could probably put it this way too if you wanted to. And then look at this little cluster with a flower, and then some beautiful fabrics and some fiber, or there might be just the fabric fray coming out of the edge, but I love that. And a little circle from some patterned paper. And then we have, this is cool. It's like a little folded pocket. Looks like it's from a recipe book. I used to make these a lot, these diagonal pockets, when I first started junk journaling. I have not made them in a long time. Maybe I should. This is just another sheet to use. It's a map. North Pacific Ocean. Oh, look at this pocket. This is amazing. It's like a fabric collage, and you've got some of that, I don't know what it's called. It's tulle with snow on it is what I call it. And a little wax seal, and a little bow, and a little sticker. And look, you used a, looks like a stuffing box, or as we call in the South, dressing. So that is awesome. Thank you so much for sending these. I will be dropping a little something in the mail to you too. I have to see if I still have an international postage stamp. If I don't, I'm gonna run it up to the post office and let them weigh it for me, because I don't want it to be returned to sender. The other thing that I wanted to do today is show everyone an update on the retro floral journals that I'm working on. These I hope to have finished by next weekend, maybe even before then, I hope. By May 1st was my original deadline. I want to have them in everyone's hands in time to give as a Mother's Day present, if you would like to a mom or a grandmom. So I have 5 of them available. I actually made more than 5, but I am keeping one and giving one to someone special. So I'm only going to show the 5 right now that I have made to list in my shop. They are all made from vintage sheets, and they are made out of a recycled box. I'm gonna raise it up a little bit because these are, I want to not show you little bits and pieces of them. Okay, so we have, this one is this beautiful pink. I only have a pillowcase of this, so I used a piece of the pillowcase. It's like a pink daisy. They all have sewn in ties 3 of them have been sewn already. 2 of them have not. These, I was back and forth, y'all, on this. I have decided not to do something on the edge and also not to do a tassel, only because these are going to be so stuffed with so many beautiful, delicious, wonderful things hanging out and popping up and dripping down and all of that. And they have this bow. All of them have a different type of ribbon to close. I did not want to cover up any of this vintage sheet pattern. I just think it's too pretty to cover up. All the things I tried, the doilies, all of that, even a tassel, it just detracts from the simplicity and the beauty of these sheets. So I have decided to do that. I hope that's okay with everybody. If you love tassels, maybe you can buy one to clip on from another maker. There are plenty of people who make better tassels than me, beaded tassels at that. That's something that I don't know that I'll ever be good at. But these are so fun, so feminine. These are all going to have names eventually. I'm looking at each one and trying to decide on the name. But they have 2 signatures, and they are all filled with retro florals and feminine things that are mainly retro. So when I say that, I mean, let me show you an example. I'm going through all of my 1950s, 60s, and 70s magazines and catalogs, and I'm pulling images from them. These are magazines that I was able to get probably a year ago. Huge stacks of vintage 17s, glamour, American Home, things like that. And Better Homes and Gardens, I am going through and I am very carefully picking out images that show femininity. Did I say that right? Florals and just everything girly. So I want these to be very, very perfect for your mom or grandma or yourself if you want to buy yourself a Mother's Day gift or just because gift. I'm not going to do an in-depth flip through until they're done, but I'll just slowly show you an undecorated. This is completely undecorated at this moment. Each one has subtly the colors that are reflected in the sheet on the front, but not always. There are other colors in here too. And they're just beautiful. I mean, I just can't stop looking at them. They're probably the most colorful journals I've made in a while. And they're all pastel and bright colors. No muted grays, blacks, no dark reds, no navies, anything like that. It is just bright, floral, happy, cheerful colors. My favorite. So we have another one here. And this one is mainly yellow and green, but not all. So this one has some of the vintage Sears trim that I was able to find about, I don't know, 9 months ago. And it's just lovely. I love it. It's got these tassels that hang down. Very ornate and elaborate. And then this, so that was like a probably early 80s rose print sheet. This I've used before. This is a Morgan. Is that right? The brand name, Morgan something. I used to know all the sheet brand names. I found this. It was a queen flat sheet by itself. I found it at a thrift shop in St. Augustine, Florida. And I made one journal out of it previously, and this is the second. I love it. It comes in 2 color waves, light yellow and light blue. I have the light blue one, which supposedly is more rare. I don't know. But those of you who love daisies are probably screaming right now because it is very daisy. And so this one has a lot of blues, greens, and yellows with other colors, of course. Those are the 3 that are sewn together, yet to be named, like I said. This is another sheet that I have also used previously, but it is a classic. This one's not sewn yet. This one has a cornflower blue ribbon closure, and then all of them have seam binding right here to reinforce the spine crease, just because I was back and forth too on cloth versus cardstock interior. I really like when I do a cloth cover, I really like on a hardbound journal, I really like to do the cardstock inside and not the cloth. I don't know why. I can't give you a really good reason. I just do. I feel like it's more substantial. For my soft cover journals that I make out of like Amazon envelopes, I love to use fabric inside. But for the ones that have the straight spine with more than one signature, I love to use the cardstock. So this one has a lot, probably the most colors of any of them because there's so much on here. Pinks, blues, greens, and yellows, and a little bit of periwinkle. This is a zigzag trim that I found at Joann's. I don't know if y'all remember this or not, in the spring section. And so I thought it would be perfect for a page edger. And all of them will have a vintage reproduction hanky pocket page. They all have a vintage greeting card as a page. So that's that one. And then the last one, I better turn it this way. I'm stacking them up here. The last one is another daisy one. I found this. I have not made anything out of this sheet yet. I found this at a thrift shop local to me. And it's very 70s. It's just yellow and green daisies, and I have a yellow satin ribbon. And the colors in here are, again, the muted, mainly yellows and greens, but others as well. I think about my grandma when I think about yellows and greens because so much of her house was decorated in those two colors when I was born and was really small. And then she changed it in the 80s to mauve and blue, if y'all know what I'm talking about. My mom also did mauve and blue in our whole house at that point. But y'all get excited. I let go of some of my Swiss dot for some tabs for these. So those are the updates. Stay tuned for a flip through when they're done. I have so much ephemera sitting in front of me, literally stacks, that I'm making a little at a time. I'm making one for each journal. So I'm doing everything in 7s. That's why it's taking so long. And I will be like this. There's a paint chip tag. I use my decorative stitches. I don't use these real often because it involves changing the foot, and that is annoying to me. But I did for these because I thought it was important. But yeah, I can't pan the camera over without, showing you other things that you don't want to see because it is a disaster. But trust me, I have ephemera stacked up for miles that as soon as these journals are decorated with pockets and stamps and all that, these will be going inside and probably will barely be able to close them. That's my hope anyway. I want these to be lavish and full. So be on the lookout for the flip through of those. I also have another video coming out on ways, like a multi-use video of a common product that a lot of us probably have in our stash. You can find videos here and there on how to use these items, but I really, really, really find that I get the best feedback from y'all when I try to condense a ideas video into one video, kind of like Treasure Books does. That's why I love her so much, is because she gives you like 20 ideas in one video, and it's always edited really well, and you get the information that you need in a very cut and dry manner. So I'm working on another one of those right now, so stay tuned for that. Last but not least, I'm slowly adding items to my Ko-fi shop. The link to it is below. I added some vintage ledger pages last night, and I have several more things that I'd like to add for you guys to download and use in your journals. Thank you guys for watching, for the support, the comments, the questions that you asked. They're all really good questions. I look forward to sharing more with you in the future. And I hope you guys have a wonderful day today, and I will see you in the next one.